This is the EGC 20K Age of Empires 4 tournament. The quarterfinals are on, the last 8 generals are battling it out, and the war continues! Hello and welcome! I'm glad you've got the invitation to see the next stage of this fight. My name's Anuki, and with me here, rich in red, settling in the south, aspiring for revenge as the Delhi Sultanate. It's the young and beautiful Kasva! Crossing the Mongolian River to the Mongolian Heights, colored Mongolian blue to the Mongolian North, leading the Mongols in their home world, it's Vortix! The Uvu nuzzles and snuggles and wuggles on the stone nearby. Steady now, because I think this is the most exciting matchup we've had this EGC tournament so far. As you can see in the previous match, Vortix took victory as the Delhi Sultanate against France. Now I think Kasva might shadow the strategy Vortix executed. And I don't think this is strictly a bad idea at all. I think it works incredibly well with this map. What the Delhi Sultanate wants to do is capture the sacred sites early on, since they can do that in the Dark Ages, and Kasva has clearly prayed a great deal before the match. And all of the gods have answered. Dota, Gaia, Atlas, and Geb. Look at this sacred site. That's 200 gold a minute right there for the taking. Although, I wonder... This is just outside of vision range. Kasva can see the landscape, but not the sacred site, so might have assumed there's not one there? Maybe Kasva will build more in that direction later and a villager will reveal it, but knowing where that is sooner rather than later would be important. Their scout has a different pressing matter to attend to. Vortix is claiming the waters and putting up an outpost. There's a bit of fish up the river to take, a helpful food advantage, and a boar here too, but for some reason I doubt it will be harvested. The scout clubbing the villager with the blunt end of their sword. The villager will no doubt finish the outpost in time and then jump in. Kasva instead will scout onwards, knows they are wasting their time. They've got to find the sacred sites. Vortix gathering wood and funneling it into a stream of fishing boats. Kasva now doing the same. And this map has a lot of sheep on it, and actually just feels overall very rich in food. Double berries and deer there. Not too bad for the Mongols. Kasva is working on a wood wall, taking some control over the middle choke point. Many would say the key location to have a hold over. The southern choke point is exactly where Kasva's settlement is. So they've already got a functional defensive position there. Kasva has now seen where the sacred site is in the north, which would give a small hint as to where the other one is, but they've already explored around there, at least they think they have. So I'm sure confusion is beginning to flay their mind. Where's that other sacred site? They will discover Vortix though. Very obtuse settlement positions, I'm sure they'll agree. The map generation has really taken some of the rules liberally and eaten the rest of them. That, though, only makes this more exciting, in my opinion. Sorry, Balance. You'll just have to take a back seat because this is the first Age of Empires 4 tournament. There's bugs and imperfections everywhere. The Delhi Sultanate, I forgot to mention this, a lot of bugs based around their research. Dao are fighting off waves of illegal fishing boats. And Kasva also putting up a wall on the northern choke point. Fishing boats can repair other units, it's one of their functions. Vortix just trying to keep their ships alive, but more Dao are arriving. There's some villagers just on the coast. Those would be pretty easy pickings for the Dao. Kasva moving away from the outpost. Since the Dao have no way to recover damage that they have sustained, it's a losing slow harass for them, and they're just going to sail back to safety. trading wood chips with the dirt floor as they cross over the choke point. It's like Fast and Furious, but slow and windy. Okay, I think we've got time for a quick advert. If you like cookies, then you're out of luck because the EGC stands for the Elite Gaming Channel. They are the hosts of the tournament and are planning bigger events in the future. You can check them out by looking at the video description. If you think you're good enough to take on these players and then get involved, go and take a look. If you think you're good enough to just watch the players, you can find out where to watch them too. Of course, you're good enough. Don't have such a low opinion of yourself. Also, if you like watching here on Ironcast and would like to get involved in future productions as a player or something more, then try discord.me/Ironcast. We're looking for players for a 4v4 civilization war. Lastly, these videos are not monetized for your viewing pleasure. I don't need your advert money. I need souls to avoid damnation. And it's kind of funny that these sacred sites still have not been revealed yet. I believe Kasva, though, will clock it soon, so here's the situation so far. Kasva wants to turtle and has slowed down the game by putting these walls up and just spawning on one of the chokes. Vortix can't break any of that down, though, until the feudal age and most likely invest in siege equipment or using boats to attack the wall or just straight up torching the place. They showed quite a proficiency for torching things down previously. Kasva has finally found it! The hidden treasure! The sacred grove! The land shrouded in deception! This bloody thing that just spawned slightly out of my vision. And the land was revealed, but not the thing on it. If I could have an interview with anyone in this tournament, it would be with Kasva, and my question would literally be, how the hell were you feeling at the start of this match? Kasva's got a tower up to harass fishing boats, but Vortix isn't concerned. The dock healing is sufficient enough. The deer stones are up for Vortex soon. So all of these outposts are going to provide movement speed increases to land units. On Mongolian Heights, it's fairly predictable as to where fights will happen. It's likely going to be around the choke point, so having towers or deer stones near these areas will guarantee use. Kasva is pursuing the Dome of Faith. It won't be long until they can train scholars at half the price. Maybe they'll look to capture the northern sacred site. There's one scholar heading up there already. My word, look at all those sheep. Kasva, the sheep smuggler, is now their official title. We've got a boat drive-by. These wood walls, they're so wacky. I wonder where this small, plucky little ship is off to. Surely they don't intend to fight Kasva's navy. The deerstone set up on the choke. Kasva wanted to build walls here. Fully cut off ships from passing by. Far too challenging of a task for any mere mortal. Constructing a wall whilst arrows hail from above would take some kind of god of villagers. The Khan's out here chilling too. No army yet for them to lead. Kind of following the boats around, waiting for some action. I think they're really only going to be able to kill this gate for now. Well, soften it up. Just got this ship that's now permanently on fire. Kasva's really got this condensed area of control. It's quite compact. I wonder if they'll look to get stronger ships out later with their base being so close to the water. We've also got the northern sacred site capping now. There's something Vortix can deal with. One of the downsides of not only having bugged docks, but just the natural long research time that Delhi Sultanates suffer. You can't research and produce units at the same time, so you need a dedicated dock just for research. Where are these woodcutters going? If Vortix notices, and I think Vortix has noticed, these villagers are going to perish very quickly. Only takes 2 volleys, and the villagers are gone. The Khan dealing with the scholar in the north, so the sacred site won't turn over to the red side. These towers are getting upgraded with arrow slits. that might now be enough to destroy these fishing ships. So Vortix might have to move these to different fishing grounds. Yes, there's the fire. It's igniting, deigniting, reigniting, unigniting, a state of light and dark mixing together, a void of too hot and not too hot. Oh, it did get destroyed, and the gates are also burning down. Vortix gathers the villagers' finest archers. They can hit the side of a wooden gate from 20 yards away. Ooh, impressive. The Mongols' light junks proceeding down the river. They've got a few fishing boats they can take care of. And I think they're sending more boats down to attack, whilst the archers look for a way to harass Kasva's villagers. The Khan's ready to buff them, no doubt, with attack speed increase. An unfortunate place for a house of learning. There's a lesson to be learned here, just probably not at this house. Villagers get surprised. They do have a tower here. That's great, but construction will be halted. Vortix is making a battering ram, and they're sending more units to rally here. I don't think Kasva has a military yet. We'll have to buy some guards quickly. Another battering ram is commissioned. Attacking when an opponent is trying to advance is always a vulnerable moment in time. Catching that opponent mid-building a landmark? And you found them at a time where resources are not put into an army. Stables in the background are training, but cavalry has got to have the longest training time, an often glossed over fact. I don't know what the villagers were trying. Ran up there, screamed, "Blood for the blood god!" And with that, their job was done. And for whatever reason, it did not work. Vortix recklessly proceeds as if nothing happened at all. The battering ram tried to go for the outpost. Lots of villagers engaged, trying to torch it down with 3 light horsemen engaging on the archers. Now, they only have light armor, so archers work great against them. Doesn't take long for them to dispatch them. The villagers working on the House of Learning under fire. This looks very desperate. Nonetheless, the House of Learning is completed, but at what cost? Will someone please think of the villagers? Vortix loses their last battering ram. They will back away because towers do hurt, and they want to do this safely. You've always got to think about health and safety. I love health and safety. I'm always tripping over cables. Let's have a quick look at what's going on at Fort Vortix. They've moved their town center and are advancing with the steps readout. Drop off gold there and you'll get a 50% gold bonus. Still plenty of fishing action going on. They've got everything they need for a push on Kasva, who appears to be switching tactics from dying in their base laughing to raiding with horsemen. If they can pick off some villagers, then that's kind of good. Since Vortix only has 1 town center, the minimal amount of town centers you can have. So replenishing villagers is the slowest it can really be. I mean, it's something. And getting anything in this difficult spot is good. Kasva does go for the wood villagers. I think that might be a tad bit of an overreaction from Vortix to retreat all those villagers. It was only 2 horsemen, you could take them. Vortix is also going for the outposts down along the river. Easy targets, as Kasva won't want to come out and play here. There's also golden food bonuses in it for them. That's a great mechanic. Burning buildings grants resources. Kasva has gifted this beautiful house for the raiding. Oh, some kind of Trojan house, I guess. The battering ram isn't interested. More raiding going on. Kasva is yapping at the villagers, but the town center has a bigger bark. Vortix is prioritizing getting rid of these nuisances along the river, so their fishing boats aren't complaining every 5 seconds, pinging the map that they're under attack. Yes, we know you're under attack. We just don't care. That's how a real leader leads. The villager will abandon their post. And I have never seen a more scared villager trying to find somewhere to hide. They're gonna in fact try and build a wooden wall around the northern sacred site. Good luck with that. Kasva sending more cavalry to raid, and Vortix is ready for an assault on their settlement, bringing over the deer stones to grant that Yam network movement speed buff. We'll see if the heavy cavalry can do a better job. They are better at withstanding arrows thanks to their armor protecting well against ranged attacks. Burning the gird down might be less effective than slaying villagers. There we go. This is looking better. Vortix noticing late as well. The town center will fill up fast. This is looking great for how few units have been sent by Kasva. Vortix had not devoted anything to setting up a defense, as they were sure Kasva couldn't send as something problematic. This overlooked, unforeseen event is now costing them. But it might be at a time where they can afford the repercussions. They already have a substantial army, a highly capable one, with 2 battering rams again. No, wait. 3 battering rams! It's an upgrade! They'll slugger the outpost. Vortix has also brought heavy cavalry, and their archers are veterans. Kasva, without an army, is going to be hearing thud, thud, thud as the battering rams beat up on the House of Learning. The books on the shelves against the wall dive onto the ground, revealing their sacred text. Perhaps if Kasva looks hard enough, they can find the key to salvation there. Perhaps the location of the Elder Scroll. But I doubt such a thing exists in the land of men. The deer stones move up to provide the holy glow of Wile E. Coyote. Vortix continues their peruse through Kasva's stuff, treating it with no respect. The vandalism through the roof. The property damage value soars, and the cost of life high. The sound of 3 battering rams create a crumble, whilst in the background a Delhi Sultanate general grumbles. You can hide, villagers, but you can't keep hiding. Yeah. The white flag is raised. Delhi Sultanate has been defeated. Victory goes to Vortix. This means that Vortix has secured 2 wins, 1 more, and they have a perfect clean win and proceed to the semi-finals. There's no time to analyze the match. We've got to move on to the next one. Get tea, get biscuits, get wrecked. That's my day. My name's Anuki, and I hope to see you soon.